So anyway, today's finally, I have a lot of the conceptualized answers that I will be presenting on today's show may be false or fake, or I could be making it up just to throw you a curveball, or I could be just like pissed off at you and want to make you suffer as much as I have. Who knows what my freaking motivations are? I'm not even sure that I remember what they are myself. No, I'm in the driver's seat, bitch. Hamburger. Bruce Springsteen. Bruce Springsteen screwing it all up. Screwing up the rock and roll business. Good luck figuring out that reference. So anyway, so we've got this outsourced propaganda ministry, okay? That was talking about an hour and a half ago when the episode first started. And they are built specifically to create this illusion so that, you know, we think it's entertainment, but it's a combination of like propaganda and supporting the military industrial complex so that we help pay for the weaponization of various elements within our society. Oh, and it's also a third thing. It's a job board to try and hire people. Like they'll have like movies that'll make drug dealers look super cool, and people will be watching it, and they're just like they got nothing else in their lives. It's totally empty lives, no education system, no honesty in their society, nothing. So they just go out for themselves and like, well, it looks pretty cool. That drug dealing thing looks pretty damn cool. And they like, you know, try to get in it. And that's, I mean, it's not like they can throw all that stuff on Monster.com. If there's a Monster, I'm not sure if Monster.com exists anymore. What's the point? And so anyway, they've got, but you know, they have to recruit from somewhere. And what they do is they use the freaking movies and TV shows and make drug dealers, you know, obviously they can't, you know, go ahead and make them look heroic. Oh my God, can you believe it? And obviously they can't, you know, go all the way and say like, come on down to the corner of 157th Street and Vietnam Avenue, where, you know, we've got some people waiting on the corner who can sign you up for a fast-paced, exciting life of a drug dealer for the CIA. I mean, they can't come up and say it, but they can show, like, you know, super cool, like, looking drug dealers and stuff, like Johnny Depp in the first 2/3 of the movie Blow, and Ray Liotta in the first 55% of Goodfellas. Listen to me now and hear me later. All that stuff, it's all designed to mess you up. And that's what today's top 10 list is. And I'm talking to you for real now. I've taken away the facade of Yule. What's my name this today? I'm taking away the facade of Rick Quiem. I'm taking off the persona and I speak to you as my real name. Rich and nutrients. Anyway, today's top 10 list, top 10 worst kill counts in movies. They glamorize and make, it's a combination of things. They glamorize like an American Sniper and Hurt Locker and all that stuff. Violence and killing of these anonymous brown people. Anonymous brown people. Sorry to laugh through that. But yeah. And then they make them look super cool and they get awards and they say, wow, man, like I want to kill brown people too. There's the people walking out of the movie. But 75% of the people walking out of Hurt Locker were like, oh man, they're so cool, I want to kill some brown people. No foolies. And, you know, and then they have, you know, other movies that just sort of make violence, you know, immure you to violence, where they're just so nonstop. Like, is it on my list today? Boy Kills World is not, amazingly not on my list. Because this is a real list. This is a joke list. This is a real list. The only thing on this episode that's a joke is me. Boy Kills World. It's just like they don't even have a plot to the movie. It just opens up. He starts killing people, and kill. Then about 2/3 of the through the movie, they got about 2 to 3 minutes worth of plot exposition and whatever, explaining to you what the hell's going on, and then it's another. The rest of the movie is all killing, and people are like, oh, okay. And then what do you think about John Wick and stuff like that? John Wick also not on my list. In terms of, I think I did my kill count pretty good. So I don't know, but the fact is that there isn't a movie ever that's been made to make look like killing people look cooler. That's what the whole thing of that movie is. There's no plot. There's no nothing. It gets the dog killed, loses his car, and you're like, I'm in. Yeah. And everybody's like, oh, Keanu Reeves, oh, you're so great. You married this old lady. That's so courageous. And it's the whole plot of the movie is him killing people in cool ways and cool settings. Hundreds of people, ding, dang, doom. Then they got one called, a spin-off called Ballerina. It's a ballerina killing a bunch of people. I don't know, I haven't seen that one. But I saw the trailer, and it looked like there was just a bunch of killing again. It's horrifying that they would do these things. Then they get, the video games on top of it. And look, I don't begrudge anybody of having fun or whatever type of things, get them off in terms of like being able to escape for a little bit because the world sucks. But I would say that, concomitantly, in addition to, sort of getting a grip on just how these movies are like an attack against our humanity, at the same time, maybe fix the world a little bit. Do a few things, create some institutions that have some staying power, and quit allowing yourself to be distracted and reprioritize in terms of your actions and your responses to some of the horrible things. And, if somebody tells you that your highest priority in terms of like asserting an avenue for creative people to perform and to grow and develop their persona and their talent, and they tell you that the first thing you need to do is go attack a dive bar, you need to consider who the source is, because you're really being fooled. I mean, there's Spotify's paying out 1/1000th of a penny per spin and making billions of dollars off our artists, and the first thing you go to protest against is a dive bar, the only place that you can play and do whatever you want. I mean, let's basically, and I played a million freaking dive bars back when I was still a human being capable of human stuff, and hardly made any money or whatever, but I knew I was still an amateur. If there's no demand for you, you're not professional. I hate to break it to you, but if you go say like, oh, okay, we'll do some of my other hobbies or stuff like that, butterfly collection. I got a butterfly. Maybe bring my butterfly collection to a local dive bar and say, hey, everybody, how you doing out there? Friday night, feeling good? How you feeling? All right. Well, I got this wicked butterfly collection back here. Can't wait to show it to you. Who wants to be first? Come on up. And at the end of the night, you're like, well, like, dude, I brought my whole freaking butterfly collection in here. Where's my $500? It just doesn't make any sense. Your priorities are so whack. I don't know what even to do with you anymore. Let's get on with the list. Top 10 worst kill counts in movies. Number 10. Oh, did I do anything else? Oh, I'm not a partisan hack. I'm not down any of that stuff. You want to keep fighting amongst yourselves. It's working out really well. So I would keep, doing it because, it's not true. The whole axiom thing about continuing to do the same thing and expecting different results is the sign of insanity. Don't even worry about piddly little signs of insanity like that. There's so many other signs of insanity that are so much greater. Again, I'm talking about prioritization here, that you shouldn't need to worry about that little old axiom. Oh, please, stupid little axiom. Get lost. Anyway, Saving Private Ryan, number 10. Total deaths, 255 deaths in Saving Private Ryan. Steven Spielberg's all white bread, all the time, white man's Aryan version of the United States classic with Steven Spielberg, who really apparently loves to work with white actors. Huh? He even chooses most of his subject matters based on the fact of whether or not it will seem natural for most of the people on screen, especially in the major roles, to be white. Like Warhorse and Saving Private Ryan. 255 total deaths. Running time, 170 minutes. Please. I was done after the first. You could have made that one an hour and a half easy. 90 minutes. Just cut out all the stuff with the stupid running around all the places. Find the guy, fight the Nazis, have a Nazi, kill a few white guys. Aryan on Aryan crime. So 170 minutes, 255 deaths, that means 1.5 deaths per minute. Pretty impressive. I think it's a career best for Spielberg in terms of deaths per minute. Number 9 of the top 10 worst kill counts of movies, We Were Soldiers. It's a Mel Gibson classic. How did Mel Gibson get a career? With all this cancel culture and everything like that, the guy goes off, got a total tirade. It's one of the most disturbing things anybody's ever heard. He does all these movies with unnecessary levels of highly graphic violence, and obviously a very sick man. How does he get away with it? And Louis C.K., who masturbates on a phone call, is banned from performing for 9 years. Freaking Woody Allen's career is over. Okay. Well, I know you think that he's despicable, married his own kid. Well, you don't know what you're talking about. Mia Farrow has 3 dead kids. Okay, 2, I believe, from suicide, 1 from drug overdose. Or maybe the other way around. One of her kids, Ronan Farrow, nobody knows if he's Frank Sinatra's kid or Woody Allen. Mia Farrow was involved in a lot of weird ass perverted, Eyes Wide Shut type sex things back in the day. And they won't release a blood test as to whether or not Woody Allen or Frank Sinatra, who Mia was married to prior to her relationship with Woody Allen, because they probably know that it's Frank Sinatra, and if they came out with Ronan Farrow as the kid of Frank Sinatra instead of Woody Allen, the whole case against them just flies right out the window, because they're deviant as well. They're all deviant. To single out 1 or 2 of them is just like splitting hairs. So We Were Soldiers, 2002 classic. 305 minutes long. Jesus Christ. Get a clue. It's I know, my thing is, the longest I've done is about an hour and a half. Feels like 305 minutes long. But that's the running time. 138 deaths in the movie. But that's 2.21 deaths per minute. How is that possible? The math is off on that one. I'm not trusting my math all of a sudden. 305 minutes. Saving Private Ryan is 255 minutes. 170. Just many more deaths, but less deaths per minute. Something's wrong. Somebody do the math and put it in the comments for me, would you? All right. So anyway, let's move on. I don't want to dwell on my mistakes. Leave us not to dwell on my mistakes. There's too many of them. It'd take us 6 hours to get through this episode if we dwell on my mistakes. Wait a second. I need to pick me up for my co-host. The world's cheapest. Oh, here I am in the dock. Where's my freaking thing, man? Oh, I didn't even set it up before the episode? Are you kidding me with this? I'm going to put it on pause. Sorry. All right. Hey, sorry about that. You were on pause. Here's my co-host for today's episode. Cheap-ass free sound effect. There we go. Oh, I almost turned off the camera. Horrible. That didn't cheer me up at all. Number 8 of the top 10 worst kill counts in movies. I can't believe this. It's freaking Titanic. What? Freaking Titanic. This is U505 to Titanic. Major League Iceberg in your way. Need to emergency redirect your car. Oh, it's too freaking late. Everybody's dead. Titanic. And most of those deaths, I think, are like right, when the thing capsized and stuff. 307-minute long. Oh, that's why I had the math there. The math error was I was reading it wrong. Total deaths for Saving Private Ryan, 255. Running time was 170. That's why it was only 1.5 deaths per minute. We Were Soldiers, 305 deaths. Okay, running time 138 minutes. Deaths per minute, 2.21 deaths per minute. That's more like the Mel Gibson we've come to know and be repulsed by. Titanic, total deaths, 307 deaths. That seems like a little skimpy for a giant luxury cruise liner. To get the unsinkable cruise liner that got ripped in half 20 minutes after it got launched on its first voyage. That's a 195-minute running time. That means it leaves you a deaths per minute of 1.57. But that's a little misleading. I think the deaths in Titanic are probably you go through probably about 100 minutes of no deaths. I haven't seen it, but I'm guessing 100 minutes of no deaths, and then 90 minutes worth of all death, or mostly death. 1.57 deaths per minute. That's an immortal love story right there, by today's standards. See what they're doing to us? Even in a love story, they're immuring us to mass murder, so that we turn a blind eye when we hear about all the deaths that we're causing in our society. And people, they bomb an Iranian girls' school, 130, 40, whatever, 80 young girls die in a school. They're going to class for a day and they die. They get blown up. And people, watching that kind of go, oh, that's too bad. What's on the sports? What's on Real Wild Housewives? Number 7, a movie called Hard Boiled. I'm not recalling Hard Boiled. It's a top movie, but in 1992 it came out with a total death count of 307, tying Titanic for total death counts. Running time was a lot shorter, about 30 minutes shorter, 128 minutes, with the deaths per minute of 2.40. Muy impresivo. God damn it, I gotta fluff the hair. Hey, look at this. The thing, all I got, it's not like I got a big crew. The crew took the night off. There's frickin' humidity, and I got a little knot stuck in there as usual. This is the side that gets the knots. Knott's Berry Farm. Ooh, look, I've got a comb over. I'm Marco Rubio. Hi, I'm Marco Rubio. My comb over is seamless. I've got a seamless comb over. I will be your president in 2028. Count on it. Hard Boiled, there we go. Number 6 of the top 10 worst kill counts in movies. Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. Total deaths. Now we're starting to get into nosebleed territory. 468 deaths. But it's a long running time too, 179 minutes. So your deaths per minute still, kicking hard boiled to the curb. But we're talking about 2.61 deaths per minute. So every minute that you watch this movie, on average, you're seeing 2.61 deaths. And you're like, probably sitting back and yeah, I like those odds. And that's the whole big picture that Jesus Christ, it's freaking, oh my God. Somebody send me a stylist. If I was going to have one associate to help me make these things, it'd be a hairstylist. That's a little bit more leaning towards like repulsive. So repulsive. Number 5. Top 10 worst kill counts in movies. The Last Samurai. Everybody's favorite Tom Cruise movie. From 2003. Total deaths, 558 total deaths. Now that's a nice count. That's a respectable count in anybody's book. Running time, 154 minutes. A little bit less than Lord of the Rings. But you still wind up with that much more deaths. You wind up with 3.62 deaths per minute. That's some great honking numbers right there, mister. And everybody's so pissed off they go to Last Samurai. They already, preconceived notions about it. Like, why would they have Last Samurai and they've got Tom Cruise in it and he's not samurai? So you gotta stop the movie, you can't make a movie. Let me tell you something. Back in those days, they needed, number one, a lot of Asian-themed storylines because the box office in Asia was starting to overcome the box office in the United States. So part of that is that you frickin' lowlifes won't go out to goddamn movie theater and help support your rancid movie studio and their studios and their lousy, pig-headed, pathological studio heads with green light power. Green light power on darkest day. In rancid night. No evil those shits to escape my sight. Oh wait, that's the wrong. Green light power. And I will say, in addition to that problem, which nobody takes into account because there's no real press. The press will only print what they want us to see and brainwash us with. But there were a lot of really great Asian actors that, while they certainly didn't premiere in Last Samurai, really had a gigantic boost to their career subsequent to that movie. And there were 2 or 3, and I don't have my list in front of me, but maybe I do. No, I don't. Sorry. Not sorry. And they were, appearing in a bunch of big movies. One of them was in Batman Begins, and he was, made a couple other movies. I think Detective Pikachu's and stuff, where he got, wound up with, a huge career boost from Last Samurai. And people don't even think about that. And that's a real shame because, that's part of, now, a lot of the reason why some of those actors were able to do so well is because the paradigm has shifted, man. The number one box office draw is no longer the United States, and they're doing tons and tons of movies. It's not inclusivity they're looking for. It's not DEI. When they do everything all over the place and so on and so forth, whatever that movie and other Crazy Rich Asians and stuff like that, it's about trying to cash in on the Asian markets. It's not a bunch of people who've been risen up by Me Too or just becoming more mature in Hollywood that they're looking to try to, show stories from different perspectives. It has nothing to do with it. They're looking to get bank from different moviegoers. Last Samurai's whitewashing. Last Samurai. Oh, hang on, I got it here. Ken Watanabe, who's the co-lead in Last Samurai, was excellent in that movie. But prior to Last Samurai, he was in a few small-time movies. After Last Samurai, it kicked off. He was in Batman Begins, Letters from Iwo Jima, Inception, Detective Pikachu, one of the Transformers movies, a couple of the big Godzilla movies. You know, his breakout role in Last Samurai was responsible for that. And he wasn't the only one. You got Hiroyuki Sanada, who was also great in Last Samurai. His story was that he was a prolific actor in Japan cinema. His role in Last Samurai, however, was his breakout role for him as well. Subsequent to his work on it, he was hired for numerous blockbusters. Okay? Some of the biggest ones included Rush Hour 3, Speed Racer, Minions, Avengers Endgame, Bullet Train, Mortal Kombat 1 and 2, and John Wick 4. Okay? So, Hollywood doesn't get movies greenlit unless it's got a bankable star or two or many attached to it, and that's just the way it is. It's the way it's always going to be. You know, and they sort of build up. They try to build these packages where, if you take Tom Cruise, you got to take what's that guy's name that everybody's Glenn? Come on, baby, Glenn somebody or another, who was in Maverick with him. So they package them now together so that they can build up more star quality people, but they don't want to get too overheated because then they'll have to give too much money. Glenn Howard? They'll have to give too much money to the actors. They don't want that either. It's a delicate balance. But they're not going to greenlight in 2003 Last Samurai with the star of the movie being a then fairly unknown Ken Watanabe. But now, Ken Watanabe's making serious bank. So, like up yours in your forced perspective. 3.62 kills per minute. Why would you complain about a movie like that? You love that. Senseless violence, killing, injuring, and maiming people of color. That is right in your wheelhouse, America. I guess it will. Number 4 of the top 10 worst kill counts of movies. Troy, 2004. A Brad Pitt vehicle. I liked him personally. I liked him better than 12 Monkeys. Freaking amazing. 12 Monkeys. But what we got here is 572 deaths in a movie that lasts 163 minutes for a death per minute rating of 3.51. Every minute you spend in the theater, on average, you're seeing 3.5 people get killed. And that's how you like it. Number 3, top 10 worst kill counts of movies, 300. Okay, 2006. Total deaths, 600. So it's exactly twice as many as the title. I wonder if they worked it out to be like that. If somebody's like, hey, you know what, we've got 559 deaths. I counted the other night in the editing suite. If we could sneak in one more death, we'd have like a total double of the number of the movie. Wouldn't that be cool? I'm like, oh, okay, let's go back. What do you want, pizza or Chinese? 117 minutes long. 600 kills and 117 minutes long. That turns out to be 5.13. Okay, so now we're getting into some serious extermination numbers here. 5.13 deaths per minute of that movie. I mean, that's the culture that they're force-feeding us, transmogrifying our perspectives on ourselves and the world, immuring us to violence. So it's just like, who the hell cares? It's just human beings. Slaughter away. But in that movie, it's just Persians. What do we care? Slaughter them up. I'm sorry, but that's just the way people think. If you want to deny and be polite, want me to be polite, and gloss over all the realities of our world, negative though they may be. That has not worked out. You've been trying that shiznaz for 20 freaking years already. And look at us. Number 2, the top 10 worst kill counts in movies. Kingdom of Heaven. Total deaths, 610. So not measurably much more than 300. Pretty messed up movie. 144 minutes long. Deaths per minute. Ooh, it's less deaths per minute than 300. It's only 4.24 deaths per minute. And such is the case with our number 1 for today's episode. The number 1 of the top 10 worst kill counts in movies. The Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. I'd like a chocolate eclair and a strawberry shortcake, please. Sorry, wrong bell. 2003 total deaths in Return of the King. 836 deaths in one movie. I mean, it's a long movie, so the worst kill count ratio is still belongs to 300 because it's such a short movie, 117 minutes. This movie is 201 minutes long, so deaths per minute is a scant 4.16. Please, don't bother me with such trifles. No, but 836 deaths 1 minute. It's like, oh, okay. You know, and people dig it. And Peter Jackson, you know, as long as all he asks, he'll make movies. He'll kill off as many people as they tell him to do, as long as he's not forced to work with a black person. Because are there any black actors with major roles in any Peter Jackson movies? I mean, Billy Preston is in that Let It Be movie, but Peter Jackson didn't have anything really to do with it, and he kept the Billy Preston scenes pretty minimal. Anyway, that's all the time we got. Oh, I got extra credit. Rambo, because I hate Rambo so much I think of it as the poster child. Rambo 2. 247 minute running time, 91 deaths. Deaths per minute, 2.71. Pretty mild. That wasn't the, it wasn't Rambo. Rambo 3 would have been the one I should have looked at. This is Rambo from 2008. The reboot. Alright, that's all the time we've got for this episode. What a pleasure it's been. And keep in mind that all of, everything that I've done for today's episode, it's just like, my opinions and stuff, man. You don't have to be anything to make it. Uh-oh. Whoa! That's it. That's all the time we got for today. Tune in next time, because you're not going to want to miss the next top 10 worst of its top 10 worst animals to lay down with as if husband and wife. So don't miss a minute of the exciting show that all the hipsters and sellouts can't stop talking about around the water cooler. It's top 10 worst ofs. And we've got a big charity event coming up I want to tell you about. That's up